Playing your 100th game in the NLL tomorrow. How are you feeling?
Old, I guess, is the best way to put it. I actually didn't know until Laura messaged me this week. So it, with all of the seasons you kind of miss and the injuries that I had, obviously it came up unexpected. But it's a cool thing to be able to play 100 games in this league. So it's an honor.
It's a big milestone. When you look back on your NLL career, is there a favorite moment or a favorite memory that stands out to you?
There's lots of moments. A lot of the guys you get to play with is pretty special. I obviously started my career in Georgia, so played with a lot of guys that we're going to be playing against tomorrow. And then I think the biggest thing was in 2019 when we were able to win back at home. That was probably the most memorable moment for me.
500 on the season so far as well, as captain leader of this team. What do you kind of look in tomorrow to get ahead and get the extra edge?
I think we just have to have the hot start. We had a good start last week, and then just maintaining that throughout the entire game. I think offensively we stuck to our game. Their goaltending played pretty well last week against us, so I think if we can, pepper 60 shots like we did again, I think it'll give us the confidence that we need, and then our back end just getting those stops and transitioning the ball as best they can.
And you mentioned that some missed seasons, some missed games early in your career, but how cool is it to be able to play 100 but also be only 2 points shy of 500 in your career as well?
Yeah, it's not really something you think about too often. It's definitely something that is, not everybody gets to attain it, right? And I'm lucky enough to just be playing in this league, let alone getting points and playing with the guys that you want to play with, and also being able to, again, I always go back to winning the championship in 2019. It's always a special moment for me, so that's kind of what we're building to do here. So hopefully looking to start that by getting a win tomorrow night.
And you mentioned a good start, and the first three games you've kind of had good second halves. How do you bring them together?
Yeah, I think we made some alterations to our warm-up. We made some alterations to, what we're doing before the game, what we're doing the night before the game. Coaches are going to make those adjustments that they need to during the game to kind of keep us, even keel, and then continuing that energy that we came out with at the start of the game last week, and trying to, play 60 instead of, I think we played probably around 40, 45 last week.
And finally, just you're able to string a few games together now as kind of stop, start to start the season. How important is it to be able to play every weekend, for the next 2.5 months?
Yeah, I think it would have been nice to have a couple of those breaks, like in between. Obviously, you don't have a whole lot of control over that, so you just gotta take care of yourself. 12 weeks with 13 games is a lot for anybody. So making sure you're doing what you need to do during the week. Maybe that's not lifting every day. Maybe that's getting to physio. Maybe that's taking the night to get some stretching or whatever you need to do. I think that's so important, especially for someone like myself who's you've been through those injuries, you've been through those days where you're not be able to play, and there's nothing that makes you feel worse than when you can't play because you're injured. So I think just trying to remain healthy is going to be big throughout this next 13 games, but it also allows you to have your stick in your hand a little bit more, a little bit more familiarity, kind of that team chemistry. Like, we've only played 4 games, and there's some teams that have played 6. So I think trying to get in a groove and get on a roll is super important.